Hi, let's do a little sorting with letter sounds. What you're going to need is this little paper that says Sorting Sounds Tree Map, and of course, the little pictures. Now I have them stapled together, so be careful when you take them apart. You don't want to rip the big paper. I still have the staple stuck there, but that won't matter. Now when you look up here, look who's there. It's Pete. So we're going to be sorting sounds with Pete. And we have the letter C-A-T. That spells cat. I am going to take this and put it right over here. So we'll be able to work on it together. Just like that. Now, this paper and my toolbox. So I'm going to take out my scissors. Let's see. Here we have a cat, a crown, a tie, a cookie, apple, turtle. He's holding some tea, I believe. Yes, tea. This is an ant, and this is tape. Now, with the sound tree, what you're going to do is you're going to cut these out and notice that they have a box around them. I wonder, do you think that box is a square or a rectangle? Well, if it was a square, all of the sides would be equal. But I don't think they are. I think these are a little shorter. So I would call this a rectangle. Now I have the tape. What does tape begin with? That's right. So you're going to find the letter T and you're going to put it in one of the boxes. Ooh, my goodness, my glue stick is just about done. I'm going to have to work on getting a new one. And that's what you're doing. You're going to cut out each picture and very carefully and neatly, you're going to put everything that starts with C in these boxes, everything that starts with A in these boxes, and everything that starts with T in these boxes. You can do that. Careful cutting, careful gluing, because the work we do is very important. Now, parents, again, this is where you will adjust the lesson. Some children are going to go through this really quickly. They know their sounds. This is just kind of a fun little activity. Other children, this will cause a lot of time and a lot of thinking, but they need to be solid in their sounds. If your child finishes this and they're raring to go, I do have a challenge. What was written on the front was cat. Cat. Now, your job is to play change one letter, okay? So stop cutting, stop pasting. Let me do this with you really quickly to remind you how to play change one letter. What I'm going to do is change only one letter and write the new word, but it needs to be a real word, not a nonsense word. So I could change cat. Ooh, I could change that T. I could make it be can. Can. See how I changed the T to an N? Can. I could change the C to a P. And then the same with the others. Pan. See how I only changed one letter? If I change the middle letter, now it would be in. Now, parents, some children will be able to do this independently. They may get a few nonsense words in there. That's okay. Some of the children may need your encouragement. Like where it says pin, you could say, you could take off the P. What rhymes with pin? Tin. I could change tin. In. What would happen, you could suggest, if you change the I to an A? They can change it, but the real challenge is, can you read it? tan. Tin becomes tan. What if you change the last sound and make it a P? It would be tap. Tap. Now, the final challenge in all of this is for your child to read it. Some children will go k-at, cat, k-an, can. Some children who are a little more ready for reading, if you cover it up, they'll say cat, can, pan, pin, tin, tan, tap. It is all very developmental. If your child is looking at it and they cannot say it, you could say to them, touch the sounds while we make it together. K-at, cat, k-an, can. You can practice that with them. So there's a lot of levels to this. Your child can sound it and say it, sound it and say it, sound it and say it. But if they can just read it, that's the next level. So parents and boys and girls, you have 2 things to work on today. You are going to complete the sound sort map, tree map. Then play the change one letter game. Now, if you are still feeling really smart, of course, your Writer's Workshop folder is there. Every week, we're going to check in on the books you've been writing, okay? So most of you are still working on a book, and if you have some time, go ahead and do that for a little while. I like the change one letter game. See how far you can go and see what you can read. I'm so proud of you. See you later.